Wishing for a Christmas mortgage miracle? Patriot Trading Group wants to make your wish come true. Just enter to win on Family Values Radio website, and you can enjoy having your mortgage paid for a year. That's right. It's the Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, where if you win, you'll have all kinds of extra money for other things, like a vacation, new clothes, new giant screen TV with whole home audio, whatever else may be on your wish list, because the winner will receive their mortgage or rent payments covered for a year. To enter, go to FamilyValuesRadio1010.com and click on the banner. Enter once each day to increase your chances to win and look for bonus entry opportunities. That's FamilyValuesRadio1010.com and enter the Christmas Mortgage Miracle Contest, sponsored by Patriot Trading Group. See our website for details.
Good morning and welcome to Monday. I'm Joe Jaquin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group, and what a weekend it has been, especially in the last 4 to 5 hours. Absolutely incredible. We're going to bring you up to speed on all of it. What to believe, what not to believe. Here's the good news. The sun is out. It was 40-something degrees this morning. Everybody in the Valley of the Sun got the long pants and the sweatshirts out over the weekend. A little bit of rain, not much, but a little bit. We'll take anything we can get, but it looks like finally, summer weather is apparently over, and everybody's heading to the golf course. 800-951-0592, the website at allamericangold.com, and we can't avoid it. Let's talk about it. Vaccine. Yes, big news out of Pfizer this morning. Of course, I told you Pfizer was going to be first. I'll give you the good, the bad, and the I don't know. First of all, let me say this. I hope that what they presented today is factual and truthful. I hope it is. And what I mean by that is, let me just say about this. So Pfizer says that, hey, we think we've got a 90% efficiency rate. Hey, this vaccine's going to work 90% of the time. And I know for a lot of people, you're like, well, wait a minute. You know, there's 330 million people. That's 33 million people that could get it. Doesn't quite correlate like that. To give you an idea, the measles vaccine was 97%. The smallpox vaccine, 95%. Chicken pox, which a lot of us could argue really doesn't work, right? It's at 92%. This one is claiming to be 90. Now, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. It sounds good. Sounds really good. Wall Street's up 1,000 points. By the way, this may have been the end of the housing market today. The 10-year note just under 1%. I know, it's kind of hard to see. Gold's getting hammered. Silver's getting hammered. Great buying opportunities. But I was listening to the Pfizer CEO on TV today, and rightfully so, really pumping up the vaccine. There was a Pfizer biotech, a German company, that worked together on the vaccine. I'll give you what I liked about it. I liked the 90%. I did. I really liked it. The problem that I have with it is they didn't wait for the report to be finished. I guess the FDA's, final analysis, which leads me to believe this is probably the best it's going to be. And then all the news that follows thereafter will take some of the shine off of it. But listen, we need this. We need this to be over. Now, well, the debate on vaccines, I'll leave that up to other people. But I believe no matter what happens, right? Okay, it wasn't, let's just say I'm right, and we find out, a few weeks from now, okay, it wasn't quite as good as they made it out to be, which is what I'm thinking is going to. I hope I'm wrong. Listen, I don't know that. I'm not a doctor, and I don't know. It was just weird because it got quote unquote leaked, and we'll know the real numbers in a few weeks. Why not wait? Why not wait? And the only thing I can think of is, hey, we want to publish this really good number now, and then when they take a little shine off of it later, right, it'll still be better, I guess. I don't know. I could be wrong. I want to be wrong. But I never believe anything at face value. Always do your own research on everything. But as we're looking at this, who's going to take the vaccine? I noticed the Biden camp, all of a sudden, they just changed their tune. Remember, they told us all we better question these quote-unquote vaccines because Donald Trump's a scientist that was working on the vaccine. I mean, it was absolutely an idiotic argument. But again, apparently it worked enough to get the guy to be the president-elect. Who's going to take it? Who's not going to take it? And then those of you out there who are going to be forced to take it. And I think that's what we're going to end up with. I think we're going to end up in a scenario where the vast majority of Americans are going to be forced to take it by their work, maybe to get on airplanes, to stay at hotels and all these other things. That's just what I'm thinking is going to happen. Again, I don't know for certain. We are still weeks away from a final answer. And then once the final numbers are out, I think they can then ask the FDA for an emergency use thing. And sometime early next year, they can start distributing the vaccine and who gets it first and whatnot. I kind of look at it this way. Let's just go with the best case scenario. Hey, it actually really does work, and it isn't going to make anybody sick. Whoever paid for it should be the ones that get it first, which would be us. But we'll have to wait and see. Picture Radio News Hour. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. So Pfizer announced today that this is an early data release. Like I said, it was quote-unquote leaked. Here's what we know and don't know. Doesn't mean for certain that a vaccine is imminent. This is what they're calling interim analysis. By the way, this is from the AP, from an independent data monitoring board. It looked at the 94 infections recorded so far in a study that enrolled nearly 44,000 people. Now, here's what I know of the 44,000 people. None of them were old. So they wanted to get the best result possible. So they made sure that everybody in the study was under the age of 55, but don't quote me on that. But I do know that it was deliberate in that. And I don't know that makes a difference or not. Okay. Obviously, not a doctor. Didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn. But we know this horrible flu-like China virus kills older people at a significantly higher rate than anybody else. There was 44,000 people. This was across the globe. Half of them got a placebo. Half of them got the vaccine, which I'm being told was in 2 different injections. In other words, this isn't a one shot and you're done deal. This is taking 2 different shots, 2 shots. You need 2 shots, I think, over a 30-day period. That's what I think. Something like that. But I do know 2 shots, and I think everyone had to have the 2 shots within the 30 days. What we don't know, were these people exposed to coronavirus? Because I will tell you, 94 out of 44,000 isn't that great of a number. You know, as an example, Maricopa County, we got about 4 million people. So that would be like 9,400 out of 4 million. I mean, and you know, right now we're doing 1,000 to 2,000 people a day in the whole state of Arizona. If you did the whole state of Arizona, you'd take and make it'd be about 1,800 people. So I don't know. But the thing that I'm being told as I'm researching this is the 94 people that got it, more of them were in the placebo than the ones that actually got the actual vaccine. So how they actually get to the 90% rate, I don't entirely know. Pfizer did not provide any more details. And again, this is kind of why I'm a little skeptical. Listen, this is good news. We need something. I mean, let's face it, today gold was going to be up, and I think up actually pretty significantly today, because Joe Biden is now the president-elect, right? There's still some, court maneuvers going to happen, but it sure looks like it's going to be awfully hard for him not to be the next president of the United States. And he was having his big corona task force, and anybody paying attention here, we're in the midst of another big spike of corona. Just like, kind of like we said, we've been saying all along, round 2 was going to be worse than round 1, and so far that's the case. So I applaud good news here. But they did not provide any details about those infected. Now, they didn't do this on TV, but they cautioned the initial protection rate, this quote-unquote 90%, might change by the time the study ends. Again, hey, I hope it doesn't. And again, what does 90% mean? See, we don't know, like 90% in school, right? Hey, that's an A-. But in the world of vaccines, what is that? Now, granted, the flu shot, 40 to 60% is what they give the flu shot. And here's the other thing too, Don, and I was going to bring this up today, but it kind of in a different light. We were at Sunday dinner with some friends of ours last night, and we got on the subject, and this is before any of us knew about this vaccine. And a couple of the people at the Sunday dinner had said, "Yeah, my work incentivized everybody to get the flu shot." And I said, "Well, what do you mean incentivized?" She goes, "Yeah, they actually, not only was it free, which I don't know that's a big incentive, but if you got it, if you took the flu shot, the company gave you a bigger, gave you money to do it." And two different people at two different companies. One of them got to pay a lower premium. The other one got to, earn these points that allowed them to get a rebate at the end of the year. And my guess is we're going to see a lot of this with these vaccines. But again, my early thoughts on this was the best number. I think Pfizer knows the number is probably going to go down, and this is why they wanted to come out early and not wait. But I want to be wrong. We need to see the data. And according to the Associated Press, revealing such early data is highly unusual. And again, I get the need to cheerlead. I want this to be true, but I don't like it. And I didn't like the way that, I mean, you should have seen the TV. You're not getting any real news there. Why did Pfizer release this data early? Because that's not what you normally do. You wait for it all to be done. But we'll see. But it is promising, not a doubt. You gotta go with that. Whether any vaccines arrives, initial supplies are going to be scarce and rationed. So unfortunately, what they're saying is, hey, this isn't going to be, we got the vaccine, they approved it on the emergency approval, and by the beginning of the year, everybody's going to be vaccinated. Doesn't look like that is going to be the case. They're saying that 50 million doses could be available for shipment by the end of the year. Now, remember, you got to take 2 doses. So that's about 25 million people. So we've got, 7 billion people in the world, right? You do the math. I know, we'll say Pfizer's an American company, but not really. I think they're officially have their headquarters in Ireland. Their CEO that was on TV, I don't know what nationality he is, but he definitely wasn't an American. And BioNTech, the company that made it with them, is a German company. I don't know that any of that matters. But right now, that's what they're saying. The initial go-around, about 25 million people globally will be able to get the vaccine early part of next year. The CEO and chairman, Pfizer chairman and CEO Albert Bourla, Bourla, said on CNBC that the election was always an artificial deadline. It is weird that we got the data today, because the study isn't done. And a lot of people are saying that this data has been known for a little while now, and that Pfizer waited until after Biden became president-elect to release. I don't know that. Don't want to know. Don't care. But I do find it interesting. Trump kind of had been saying all along this was going to happen. He said that the independent data monitors met on Sunday to analyze the results so far, and that they notified Pfizer after the fact. He said that he's very happy, but at the same time, sometimes I have tears in my eyes when I realize that this is the end of 9 months, day and night work of so many people, blah, 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 billions invested, hopes on this. And he added that he never thought it would be 90%. So there you have it. That's what we know. Again, I think this is good news, but let's caution. Because here's what I don't know, too. We don't know, did they treat all the strains of the virus? I know that people were spread out. Were they out and about? Were they social distancing and wearing masks? Or were they just like, hey, I'm on the vaccine trial and we're trying to get it? There's a lot of questions. And I don't know, maybe they're totally looking at, whether or not they have antibodies. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. But I do know this. I believe it's going to be forced upon us one way or the other. How's that? Whether it's forced upon us via the government or forced upon us just by the fact of, hey, if you want to live in and move around inside of the United States or outside of the country or get on a cruise ship or an airplane, you're probably going to have it. Are we going to have to prevent our papers, I guess, so to speak? Maybe. But in any event, that's what we're looking at. So we're looking at Joe Biden now being the president-elect, Pfizer coming out and saying that the early data, a highly unusual release of early data, very positive for a vaccine that could maybe get us out of this mess, because it's a mess. It really, really is. I want to believe this so badly that I'm kind of my fingers are crossed. They really are. I mean, problem is, who knows what's in the vaccine? It's going to be one of those, you got to take the vaccine to know what's in the vaccine. I know a lot of people out there want nothing to do with the vaccine, the flu shot. I'm not getting it, right? It doesn't work. That's the problem. And again, kids, if you want your kids to go back to school, I can see that absolutely being a requirement. How long will it take to get this out? Like I said, there's only 25 million doses between now and the end of the year that can ship. Really, let's just say January, 25 million people can given this globally. How long will it take to really get full concentration here in the U.S.? Probably the end of 2021, maybe longer. But nonetheless, good news, maybe. 800-951-0592. And as I was talking, Brooke said to me during the break, her husband's company gave every employee $100 to get the flu vaccine. So what will they offer for the coronavirus vaccine? Probably $100, and you get to keep your job. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of that, so just be ready. By the way, again, this doesn't mean anything immediately. New Jersey now on the verge of shutting their state back down. New York City says they're on the verge of a second wave. U.S. hospitalizations are back to the all-time high. But as we look here, New Jersey says it will be issuing an order barring indoor dining anytime after 10 o'clock. Yes, you can only eat inside. I don't know what happens after 10. If you eat inside at 9 o'clock, apparently you're okay. But at 10 o'clock, well, there's a problem. Between 10 and 5 in the morning, you're no longer able to be inside. Of course, that's really just a way to shut bars down, right? I mean, that's really all that is done. Of course, most family restaurants won't be impacted. See, don't you love our government? They make the stupidest rules. But again, that's why you always want less government, not more government. But all the bar owners in New Jersey that didn't go out of business the first time, today may not seem like such a great day compared to what they were looking at this morning. By the way, the Dow is up 1,100 points. The S&P's up 100. The Nasdaq's only up 137. I thought that was kind of odd. I thought that'd be up a little more. But by the way, Nasdaq 12,000. As far as I know, I think all-time record high there. The Dow, S&P 3,600. The Dow 500 points away from Dow 30,000. Gold is down $98. $98. Silver is down $1.80 on silver. Crude oil's up $3. Boy, they're really excited about this. Uh, again, reason to be diversified. If you had some money in the stock market today, you had a good day, most likely. Don't really buy that, but it's, hey, it is what it is. The 10-year note, 0.96. That's the highest in a really long time. 0.96. I don't remember the last time the 10-year note was above 1%. So I don't think, I think this is a celebrate the rumor of the good news, and then as we get a little farther down the road and people actually understand what this does or does not mean. Because I'll say this, even let's just say it comes in and it's exactly like they said today. We're still looking late 2021 before, I guess, enough of the country would be vaccinated if people take it. And again, I don't know that they will. But unfortunately, I believe unless you're working for yourself or what have you, and you don't want to travel anywhere, you're probably going to be forced to take it. And I think a lot of us have to just come to grips with that. I don't see any other way around this. This is something where they've made their mind up already. I don't think this is going to be like the flu shot, where you can take it if you want to, and oh, by the way, let's start bribing our employees to take it. I think there's going to definitely be a you won't work here anymore if you don't take it type of an attitude. But we'll see. We'll see. So there's the big news. That's what everything is driving right now. The stock market. Joe Biden's campaign manager today. This is kind of one that kind of scared me a little bit. He wanted everybody to know that he says that Joe Biden is going to make good on his incredibly progressive agenda. Did you see AOC? She's all upset because everybody's ignoring her. And so she threatened to quit because they weren't taking the far left serious enough. I hope that happens. Please, 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 please. We should make these people, you know what? If you said you were going to leave the country, you should leave. But they never do, because it's only the left that ever says that kind of stuff. Now AOC, I'm going to quit because I didn't get my trophy. See ya. But that won't happen. We can't get that lucky. But when we sit here, we're like, okay, now what? We got to wait for Georgia. If Georgia, January 4th, the special election, if they get both of those seats, look out. But Joe Biden's campaign manager said on Sunday that the former vice president is going to follow through on his promises to implement what she characterized as a progressive policy agenda. Now, he's already said through executive order, they're going to get back on the Paris Accord, which the Paris Accord, one of these green deals that essentially punished American companies far more than anybody else. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Why did President Trump get out of the Paris Accord? Because it punished America more than anybody else. Of course, Joe Biden, let's get right back in, and all kinds of other things. What he can use through executive order, he is going to use to roll back as many of the things that Trump had done. During an interview with Meet the Press, they said that Bedingfield was responding to comments by AOC, who had told the New York Times that many activist communities who support Democratic candidates often feel left behind when the politicians don't come through. I think that the vice president campaigned on an incredibly progressive and aggressive agenda, she said. And he's going to make good on those commitments. I mean, come on, man. He spent time during the campaign bringing people together around this climate plan. Well, get ready. Everything's going to get a lot more expensive if that's the case. Patriot Radio News Hour. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. 2021. I'm just getting updates here on the quote-unquote Pfizer vaccine. 2021 is when the bulk of 1.3 billion doses will arrive. Take that number, cut it in half. So that's 700, give or take, million people. There's 7 billion people in the world. The vaccine, and I've mentioned this before, but now I've got more numbers on this, has to be moved at ultra cold temperatures. Now, I thought that meant below zero. That's not cold enough. It's got to ship or be moved at temperatures of minus 94 degrees Fahrenheit, which is going to make it hard to get to places quickly, they said. Wow. Okay. So there you have it. Minus 94 degrees Fahrenheit. The best number I've seen so far, 1.3 billion doses by the end of 2021. And again, you got to cut that in half because you need 2 doses. Going to be a while. And let's hope these numbers hold up. Let's hope the numbers hold up. 800-951-0592. You got gold down $100. Friday, $20 Liberties and Saints. They were $21.95. Take $100 off. $20.95. $20.95 on $20 Liberties and Saints. Silver Eagles. We just got off the phone with the Bullion Bank. There are still Silver Eagles available. Let me look at where we were. On Friday, we are at $640 a roll. Today, you can save $40 a roll, $600 a roll at 800-951-0592. If you buy a case of Silver Eagles, we'll take it down. Case or more, we'll take it down to $595 a roll. So a case would run you $14,875. And again, that was 40. That'd be, if you bought a case, it'd be $45 less than it was on Friday. Wow. 800-951-0592. Take the time, put them away. Let's really see what happens. You know, this is more of, hey, we just want to feel good, get everybody excited, and then we'll give you the more disappointing news. This is going to take a lot longer. It's going to be a lot slower. We still don't really know how good it is. And then will everybody use it? And what will the rules be? My guess, like I said, I hate to say it, but if I was a betting man, we're probably all going to be forced one way or another to take it. The New York Bar Association is urging the state of New York to make mandatory COVID vaccinations once they become available. So there, yeah, it didn't take long, did it? Right? And this is what you're going to get. You're going to get all the lefty groups demanding everybody takes it. Biden's going to be president. Get ready. Whether you want to or not, man, this is just a mess. It really is. I can't wait for 2020 to be over. We'll see what happens in 2021. Let's hope this is what it is and what it appears to be, because I do think this is going to be another reason for the country to be divided. Another reason why freedom is really not here in the United States any longer. Where government's gotten massive. We've given in to fringe groups, and now it's violence and rioting and looting until you get your way, is apparently how America gets things done. But it's going to be, listen, 2021 is going to be a very, very good year for the gold and silver markets. Obviously, today, gold just broke to the upside. So now we'll start over again. It won't take very long. Obviously, a huge oversized move in the markets. Listen, I don't care. You shouldn't either. Buy. Be buying. Right? Even if you're buying, maybe you're only buying a roll, maybe a roll of silver eagles. Maybe you only can afford 1 or 2 20s. Take advantage. This is a great price point. You're thinking here, gold's at 1850, right around 1850. Got real close to that low of that 1840. I think it was 1842. That low there, and my guess is that's where it's going to hold. They want it. Now we get another, I guess, a retest, if you will, of that low. Again, silver didn't quite get to $23. That was the previous low, but it got close. $23.60 is where it got to. So these are right near the bottoms, and take advantage of it. 800-951-0592. 2095 on 20s today. $600 on a roll of Silver Eagles. Buy a case or more, $5.95. Final segment on this Monday coming up. Eight 800-951-0592. Details now coming out about Joe Biden's quote-unquote task force for COVID-19, saying that a national mask mandate and the possibility of a nationwide lockdown are all in the cards. Biden also says he plans to repair the U.S. relationship with the World Health Organization. And again, let's not forget, the World Health Organization told the president not to close the border when he closed it. Said this wasn't a threat. This wasn't a pandemic. Why? Obviously, when we needed them the most, they failed completely. But again, it's not about how America gets treated with the left. They want us to join all these things. Doesn't matter if it's good for us or not, but that's just my personal opinion. I think that's ridiculous. We shouldn't give another cent to the World Health Organization. But they laid out their step-by-step plan for addressing the pandemic. More testing, increased use of the Defense Production Act, which okay. Didn't know we needed it, but okay. Sounds great. Repairing the relationship with the World Health Organization, talking about the need to hire up to 100,000 people to help with contact tracing around the country, more test sites around the country, and the call for a national mask requirement. Because I'm not really sure. Most places, don't we kind of already have that? But maybe we don't. I don't know. I only, Arizona and Colorado, the two places I go to, those are in effect. And if that doesn't work, he said, he would rely on other measures, i.e. another nationwide lockdown. We'll see. And again, like I said, kind of the thunder taken away today with the news on the vaccine. But remember, best case scenario, 25 million doses at the beginning of the year, well, it's 50 million doses, but 25 million people can get vaccinated globally. How many of that's in the U.S., I don't know. My guess is the vast majority are probably going to be doctors. That would be my intuition on that. So there's just not going to really be a lot happening as far as the cases go when he becomes president. Now, hopefully, this spread that's happened, this big jump up, hopefully that starts to mitigate itself before he gets in there. Because if not, I think it's going to be another frustrating time period for a lot of Americans out there. 800-951-0592. And I know it's hard to buy the dips and always trying, well, maybe it'll go lower tomorrow. Could. Trying to catch the bottom. I don't know. I can't do it. I know that. I have the exact opposite luck. But gold's down $96 right now, 1855. Silver just 20. It looks like 23.75 right now on silver. It's a radio news hour. Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's hope. God bless everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.